Hey, 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 hey. How are you?
Fantastic.
Oh, welcome to Dating Differently with Demi and Dr. Conti. And as always, we've got a really good one for you. So today we're talking about trusting again after heartbreak. Anybody had a heartbreak? I think we might have all been there at some times. So, listen, Demi and I have combined our expertise to create a strategic roadmap so that we can help you first of all, prepare for a healthy love so that you can confidently choose with clarity and sustain the right relationships. So we're super excited to be here today. We've got some fun things that we're going to do today. Um, we're going to play a little game. So this gives you, and I would love for you all to play along with us. Uh, as I said today, we're going to be talking about trusting again after heartbreak. And so many times we don't want to date after heartbreak, or we have a hard time dating after heartbreak.
Mm.
So we're going to play this cute little game. And so I am going to there, we're going to talk about 10 reasons 10 reasons people are turned off to dating after heartbreak. 10 the top 10 reasons people are turned off after heartbreak. Now, Demi has no idea uh, what these answers are. So I'm going to give her a couple of clues and please guess in the chat if you feel you know from the clue. Guess in the chat. So first clue, Demi, is
Mhm.
this this one says, I survived that pain once and I'm just not signing up to feel that again.
Okay, so we're talking about the different heartbreaks that we have,
We're
right?
talking about 10 reasons people are turned off to dating after heartbreak.
Mm.
Turned off to dating after heartbreak. The clue is, I've survived this pain once and I'm not signing up to feel it again.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the first one I can think of. This is the low hanging fruit, right? They broke your trust. Trust is
Close. That's a
broken.
good one. That's a
Trust.
good one. And it kind of can go, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, fear of being hurt again.
Yeah.
Fear of being hurt again. Yeah, they broke your trust.
Yeah. Trust.
So the next one is, they're not angry. They're just tired of starting over, tired of trying.
Hmm. So, I, that's a tough one. You know, I'm gonna try another one. Again, I'm going for the low hanging fruit. Sometimes people playing games. They say that you were in a relationship, but you really weren't, or they say we were exclusive, but we weren't exclusive. So I don't want to deal with the games anymore. I
Yeah,
don't want to deal with the games anymore.
that's good. Emotionally exhausted. And you're right. When people play those games, people get emotionally exhausted. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a clue for the next one. And this clue is, you use this one the first time.
Oh.
This person, this person isn't just questioning others, they're questioning their own judgment because of you use it the first time.
Broken trust.
Yes, that's it. Yes. I need my little yes button. Yes, so yes, that's exactly right. Loss of trust, broken trust. Good, good, good. For those who are just joining us, good evening, everyone. We are playing a quick little game. You are more than welcome to play along with us. These are the top 10 reasons people are turned off to dating after a heartbreak.
Yeah.
All right, the next clue for number 4 is, they're thinking, I gave years to the wrong person. I can't afford to do that again.
Oh, wow.
They've given the years already to the wrong person.
Yeah, I mean, they don't waste any more time.
Oh, look at
I don't want to waste any more time.
you. That is
Any
it.
more
That's the
time left.
answer. Yes, bingo. They do not want to waste any more. Fear of wasting time. All right.
Yeah.
Number five, we are talking about top 10 reasons people are turned off from dating after heartbreak. All right, number five, this is the clue. They're physically out, but emotionally, they're still connected to what used to be.
Oh, oh, that's a tough one.
They're
That's a tough
physically
one.
out, but they're still emotionally attached to and connected to what used to be.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me that one because I have a lot of things going on in my mind right now.
So that they are still attached to a past relationship.
Yeah.
So that's one of the top reasons people, even after heartbreak, are turned off from dating again, whether they admit it or not. They're still attached to that one
Mm.
that broke their heart,
Yeah. Unable to let go. I got
unable to let go.
it.
Yes, yes, good one, good one. All right, this is number six. We're rounding down to number 10. Number six,
Yeah.
uh, they're asking, "What did I miss? How did I not see it?" Now they doubt themselves. This is a reason why they are turned off to dating after heartbreak. They keep asking themselves, what did
Mhm.
I miss? How did I not see it?
You know, in relationship coaching, I know they teach this, but oftentimes there's all these red flags that we miss.
Mm-hmm.
There's the red flags. But that almost sounds like sometimes, you're caught in this maybe a love triangle,
Mm-hmm.
but it's red flags that you miss.
Yep, you
So
miss red flags. Well, that's a really good one because you do miss red flags. And when
mhm.
you miss those red flags, you lose confidence
Yeah, you
that
don't
you're
trust
gonna miss it. Yeah, that you're gonna not get it the next time. So losing confidence because you lost those red flags the
yeah,
first time. So I don't know if I got the confidence to do this and get in this again. Good,
yeah.
good, 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 good. Number seven. All right. Now every speaking of red flags, now everything is a red flag. Every text, every delay, every change in tone is a red flag.
I would just say similar to what we just said, but I would say, you have all these triggers. You just haven't healed from the last one.
Good, good. Overthinking because you haven't healed from the last one.
Yeah.
Good, good, good. Yes, yes. Overthinking, you're hyper vigilant, like, everything now is a red flag because you haven't healed from that heartbreak. Good,
Yeah.
good, 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 good. Way to go. All right. Number eight. They've built a peaceful life and now they're wondering, do I even want to disrupt this peace?
No, I mean, I'm healed. I'm good all by myself. I can do bad all by myself. Bless
Yes.
his heart.
They have gotten comfortable being alone. This
Yeah.
is one of the top 10 reasons people are turned off from dating after heartbreak. They've gotten comfortable
And
being
I
alone.
and I see we have some people have Faith said toxic
Hmm.
relationships, anxious
Hmm.
attachments,
Hmm. Yes.
all good
All
ones.
right. Number nine. They are not afraid of dating. They're afraid of choosing the same type again. Not
Mm,
afraid of dating, but afraid of choosing the same type again.
I mean, that's kind of like what we just said. You kind of don't trust your own instincts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't trust your own instincts.
Yeah. Fear repeating the same pattern. You're right. Don't trust yourself. Don't trust your instinct. You're fearful of repeating that same pattern. All
Yeah.
right, I'm loving this. We're gonna have to come up with some more. Last one, Demi. Last one.
Okay.
Next time you can call them out to me. Last one. This was actually Demi's idea. I love it. It was a great game to play. I'm enjoying it. All right, so last one. The clue is they're looking at all the bad situations with ghosting, situationships,
Mhm.
online dating, and thinking, I don't have the energy for this.
Just burnt out.
Yep, burnt out and distrust with the modern dating.
Yeah.
Modern dating. What,
And
like we say, in dating differently.
and that's why we're here. That's why we're talking about dating differently tonight, right?
That's
I
exactly.
I tickled or laughed through it, but kind of like you said, we've all been in situations where our heart has been broken, and in some cases, I want to say, maybe I thought I was heartbroken in the moment, but looking back, it was really just my ego.
Yeah.
It was really just, how did I miss it? I was so disappointed that I knew better. I overlooked a lot of the red flags. I made excuses for
Mm-hmm.
the things that they did. And I felt like that feeling was heartbreak, but it really wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Though I know there are some that go truly through the heartbreak.
Yeah. And sometimes the heartbreak, Demi, is not necessarily the fact that the relationship or the person, you're missing the person. It's the heartbreak of the fact that you had you grieving the future that you thought you were going to have. You're grieving the dreams that you planned. You're grieving the things that you thought this person was going to be. So absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciated some of those things. I want us to talk about some of those tonight. Um, so let's talk about the one where you kind of are fearful and you no longer trust yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get past that? I know that that's something that we coach people through, men and women. Um, how do we just get past that where we really build our own confidence and trust our instincts and trust our thoughts about that?
Mm-hmm. It takes a while. In my very first book, Deliverance to a Fresh Spirit, it's a 12-step guide, but the very last chapter is called Trust Again. And the reason it's the last chapter because sometimes there's a lot of healing that has to take place. The trusting again part is usually the last part of that healing. And not only do you have to trust yourself again, because you don't trust yourself. It's like, okay, I've had so many clients that say, I can't believe I made that mistake or I missed, like you said, the signs. So you don't trust yourself. You don't trust your picker. People say, I got the wrong, I'm just not a good picker. My picker is broken. And guess what? Sometimes we're mad if you're honest enough, if people are honest enough with themselves,
Mhm.
they're mad and don't even trust God anymore.
Yeah.
They don't even. I've had clients that say, "I don't even trust God's going to teach because I thought I heard what He said. He told me this was the one. I don't trust what He's going to say if I'm reading it right." But I just want to say this: first of all, there is just nothing wrong with you if trusting again feels hard. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you if trusting again feels hard. That is just how we're built. When something is broken and we're impacted by it.
Yeah.
So you take your time and be honest. Be honest with yourself and give yourself that time because fear of being hurt again will cause you also to lock out a lot of good things. But just take your time and heal, and then that trust part is usually the last time. Trust is earned, so you have to earn
Yeah.
other people have to earn that again.
They have to do that in all relationships. And I see someone just said, taking the time to love yourself and feeling that you are good enough.
Mm-hmm.
But the number one thing, and we said it, is not only taking that time to heal or to get in a good space, right? But also what we've been talking about in dating differently is
Yeah. Yeah.
moving slower
Mm-hmm.
through these relationships as you get to know people, not rushing with, this is the love of my life. This is how the story's going to end. We're going to have a white picket fence. We're going to have the big house, the house
Mm-hmm.
on the prairie, or whatever it is, to really take your time. And
Yeah.
then I would say, we've talked about this too, not to be angry, not
Mm-hmm.
to hold that anger,
Mm-hmm.
or hold that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know I hear a lot of people say they start to bash the genders
Mm-hmm.
because they had just a really bad heartbreak, and
Mm-hmm.
they're bashing everyone. And, I always say, don't bleed on a person that didn't cut you,
That's right. That's right.
right?
Yeah.
So, not every guy is that same guy, and not every girl is that same girl. And just
Mm-hmm.
allow them that opportunity to show you differently. And I always like to look back at what I could have done differently.
Mm-hmm.
See to point fingers or to throw rocks,
Mm-hmm.
but I always say, what could I have done differently and learn through those lessons?
Mhm. You're right. That's so true. Because I have all men are bad. I'm like, no, all men are not bad. All men he cheated, so all men cheat. No, all men don't cheat. I've had. You're right. So categorizing every gender, and men have said that about women. Oh, she's just a user. All women are users. We've heard, because we've heard, pretty girls, you're pretty, so you either, if you're pretty, you're either crazy, all pretty girls are crazy, or all pretty girls are users. So
Yeah.
they people will put you in a certain category because of their hurt. Men do it, women do it. So that's a great point. And sometimes our brain protects us, and so our brain goes into this protection mode, and it's like, no, because everybody is out to get me, or I
Mhm.
can't be that giving person anymore, or I can't be that loving person anymore because everybody is going to take advantage of it. But like we also say over and over and over about our, vetting and having those standards and having those boundaries. And so while you're taking the time to heal, that's a good time to really beef up your standards, or reassess what your standards are, reassess what your boundaries are, reassess what your non-negotiables are. Because what I can always say, one thing heartbreaks will do is they will teach you what you do not want. They will teach you what you do not want. But we have to be very, very uh, take assessment, and really, really be very conscientious of what we do want, and what we're going to be looking for the next time, and what we're going to be watching for, and what we are going to be accepting and not accepting.
Yeah. Take all of those emotions out up front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was having a conversation, and I knew that I needed to kind of put all of it in the vault. All of those emotions, I'm excited, they're giving me butterflies, he's fine, you know, all of that part, just put it away.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I just like you.
Yep.
Let's let's see if you're interested in really knowing me and not just this outside wrapper.
Right.
Let's see what the core of you is made up of. How do you act in different situations? If we're driving and we stuck in traffic and somebody kind of pulls over in front of you. I know we've had this conversation, Conti, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
don't just blow up.
Mm-hmm.
How do you treat wait staff places? Let's just get to know one another and
Mm-hmm.
go into it with, you know, it's just somebody I'm getting to know. I'm going to enjoy these moments. I'm going to enjoy the dates, going out. And if it works out, great. And if it doesn't, that's okay too.
That's right. And when you move slow, like we said, the slowest new sex, and when you move slow and intentional, then that's easier to do. When you're not just everybody, the first person you meet, oh, this is the one. When you are moving slower and intentionally getting to know them and allowing them to get to know you without investing so much of your emotions. And that is a lot of reasons why people are heartbroken, is because they invested too much emotionally too fast.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that when one of the top 10, investing too much emotionally and make you never want to do it again. So
It is.
how you take your time.
So, we talked, I think I said, or you said it just earlier. I always like to check myself and not just check them. We think about looking for whatever the green flags, yellow flags, red flags, and just watching, listening, watching, but take moments to check yourself,
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
reassess, okay, am I following what my guidelines are? Am I following what I set my standards? If my first conversation or, with someone is XYZ, but I'm not willing to live by it, then why would they?
Hmm.
And so I always say, let's check ourselves.
Yeah, that's good. And one of the top 10, speaking of checking yourself, it was talking about doing the same patterns and
Yeah.
afraid of getting the same results. So check yourself, like you said, and say, oh, you know what? Dang, I did the same thing in the last 3 relationships. I started out too fast, or I was overgiving, or I uh, trusted them too soon.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, whatever your pattern is, we have to be aware of that pattern. So in order to get something different, we, like you said, when you assess yourself, then you can give and do something different.
Yeah. And I know often you say this, but really trust yourself. Trust yourself.
Yeah, because we women, men, y'all have y'all thing that y'all know. But women have that woman intuition, that I call it your internal navigation system. Listen, listen to it, because it is, I have, and you and I have talked about this.
Yeah.
There has been times when I told you, Demi, no, 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 and then I kind of, let me try to, no, 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 and I just should have went with the first time I said it, because it does. That's that internal navigation system. We
You
have
are right. Someone in one of people in the chat just said it is loud, like
loud,
LOD.
yes,
Absolutely is.
navigation system.
So tell me this.
Uh
Um,
huh.
so one of the hardest things is not to be emotional, I think. I think it is for most of us,
Yeah.
especially if, well, it's just hard not to. What's the song, Mask Off? Until they take that mask off, um, she got a I'm all into old school R&B, but she got a big booty and a nice smile. He looking fine, 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 so fine. How do we just take that emotion out and really say, I just want to get to know this person so that we don't miss out? How do we take that out?
I think I think it's when there's an old saying, when you know better, you do better.
Mm,
And I think it's about knowing better. Someone put on here, April put, different seasons in life make you see things differently.
yeah.
That's what has to happen. At some point, there has to become a time and a season where you see things differently. And if it wasn't working the way if it hasn't been working the way you've been doing it, then it's up to you to make those changes and just hold your feelings back. Like, first of all, they have to earn it. And I think loving yourself more, having your raising, being that cake that I'm always talking about, being the cake, raising your standards for yourself, that allows you to pull back and let this person choose you by showing consistency, showing clarity, you making sure. But the one thing you do not want to do is, people tend to go to the extreme when they're hurt. They
Mm,
want to shut down and
mm,
never trust again. Oh, I'm not going to trust anybody. You don't want to do that. You just want to be more open, more intentional, but more watchful, more careful. And you don't want to jump back into something too fast. A lot of time, people, when they're hurt,
yeah.
oh, there's an old saying, to get over somebody, you got to get under somebody new. Wrong.
No.
Take your time. That is the problem, because you're gonna get right into somebody who is probably worse than where you were, because they're waiting out there for somebody who's hurt and broken and vulnerable. And the last thing you definitely don't want to do is, you don't want to project your past hurt onto the new person. Treating someone new like the person that hurt you, like you said earlier, bleeding on somebody that didn't
That
cut.
didn't touch you.
Mhm.
Yep, you don't wanna do that. So I wanna throw this out to our listeners. Do you think that it's harder to trust someone new or trust yourself again after heartbreak?
Good question.
Yeah.
Is it harder to trust someone new or trust yourself again after
After
heartbreak?
heartbreak. Yeah. I that's so so we had someone, what did Adriana say? Definitely has to ensure self-love and self-confidence within first.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And then someone
And
is
she says it's harder to trust someone else. I would think so too. I would think so. It would probably be harder to trust someone else. But again, if you're trusting yourself to do those things, you don't even really have to trust them. They have to earn the trust.
yeah,
And you have to see by basically exercising those vetting principles that I and strategies that I teach. So if you are exercising those, they're the ones that are have to make prove to you or show you that you are what they really want, and that you, like you say, it's not because of a look or it's not because of your status. It's because they want to just really get to know you.
yeah. I know that when I've been in that situation, I just slowed down. I just got I just went at a snail's pace.
Mm-hmm.
I really did. It's always okay to step back, and what I would say, I'm going to say take a break. And I don't mean that specifically if you happen to have met someone that
Mm-hmm.
you do like, and they seem to be intentional and you're intentional. I don't mean to tell someone, let's take a break. I just
Right.
mean you're just going slower. You always make sure that you have time for yourself. You make sure that you have time for your family, your friends. You never drop doing all of those things
Mm-hmm.
when someone new comes into your life,
Mm-hmm.
because it allows you that time away or that space away.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone, to me, a red flag is someone who wants to be with you constantly all the time.
Yes,
That's an issue. But
definitely a red flag.
right. But if you are in a comfortable pace, getting to know each other, then
Mm-hmm.
you have that time that's you're by yourself, or at least away from them, which
Yeah.
allows you to kind of just do some reflection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's built over time. It's
Yeah.
built over time. It's not quick. It's not fast. And so, like you said, getting to know that person and you getting to know them, and it's based on consistency, watching and seeing if they are being consistent. It's grounded in reality and not your feelings alone, because you can feel something or want something, but we know feelings aren't always true. Feelings can be fake. So, but what is really happening in reality? And then supported by what you see, what you hear, what you're watching, how it's transforming, and being okay that the minute it feels like it's not good, you're okay with
Mhm.
ending it, stopping it, and moving forward.
Yeah. And I think you said, or I wasn't sure, but rather than being guarded, really being reserved and
Mhm.
doing that patience, like we've been talking about, just taking your time.
And
That
another good word, Demi, is responsible. Being responsible with your feelings, not even so much as reserved, but responsible. Like, not just falling head over heels with somebody because they look good or they said something nice the first night, or being responsible with who you are to yourself and who you give your heart, your emotions, and your time to.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Hmm. So, Conti, did
Yes.
you have any questions that came up from last week? I know we've had a whole month of talking about dating differently, dating
Hmm.
online, getting started.
Yes. So here's the question.
Mhm.
So after heartbreak, and after heartbreak, how do you make sure that your boundaries are not walls but they're filters? Mm, that's a good
Ooh.
one. That was a good one. I think that is why you should have the boundaries before you meet somebody. Like, these should be boundaries that you have. This is what it does for you, how this is going to work for you, what you need from that other person before you meet the person, whoever that person is. What do you say to that question, Tim?
Yeah, you, uh, actually, I think it's similar to, I mean, exactly what I just shared about, making sure you have the space and time to step back and just breathe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
breathe. I,
Yeah.
I, I know that's what I needed to ensure that I did. I
Mm-hmm.
needed to ensure that I had time to myself. I had time with friends. And I just took time sometimes to just reflect, you know,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of look back over, okay, when we spent time together, hmm, let me just kind of do a rewind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
This next question, I think this answer, your answer goes to this too. How do you not rush? How do you not rush to feel safe again and just let it build? But that's exactly what you just said. Like observe over time.
Yeah.
Don't do the fast track with your emotions. So I think that's pretty much it too. It's just being again responsible, pulling back what's happened before, because I that could be the pattern. That could be the pattern is rushing it in the beginning. That
Yeah.
could be the pattern that needs to change. Everybody has to do their own self-assessment.
Yeah. I think it really is different for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
really is. And what's so great about it all is when you figure it out, it feels
It feels
freaking
so
fantastic.
freaking good. Yes.
When
Yes.
you when it clicks for you with
Yes.
dating differently, um, whether it's I've gone through enough lessons that I've kind of figured it out, whether, you're being coached through it. And I don't mean girlfriends that are going through the same issues. I just mean, and family and friends. I mean, true relationship, certified relationship coaches, people that have been in the field. Um, it's really great. It feels fantastic. It's easy to figure out, this isn't going to work. And you have clear reasons. There's a game show I love watching, love, love, love watching. I won't say what it is, but people don't choose individuals because they don't like their shoes or they don't like the pants or the outfit or their hairstyles. But when you're able literally to say, I stopped the conversation with hot pants because he crossed that boundary,
Yep.
right? Or I
I
stopped.
stopped dating and gathering information with Foggy because I realized that he wasn't consistent and the clarity was not there. And what I needed, that person didn't have the ability to give. And you feel good about it. It's okay.
Because you have your reason, you
Yep.
know why, and it's not anything that's real, it's nothing that's shallow, and it makes it easier
Mm-hmm.
to just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Whether you have one conversation, whether you have one meet and greet, whether you have 5 or 6 months
That's
or
right.
3 months of just, yeah, we're dating or maybe dating exclusively, but when
That's
you
right.
know what you know, like when you know better, you do better, and you're able to walk away, you don't walk away with any guilt, you don't walk away with a lot of hurt feelings
Yes.
or heartbreak because you know exactly why. And
Mm-hmm.
whatever they decide to say is what they decide to say, but you know that you're being true to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and it just is easier. So we promise you, if you haven't dated in forever because you were married for a long time, like myself, or if you're a career woman like Dr. Conti and decided to do it later in life, whether you're an empty nester and now you're getting out there, or if it wasn't your choice and you're a widower, you can learn how to date differently.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And trust your feelings again. You can learn to trust your feelings again. You can learn to not rush and you can learn to observe your patterns. And also it feels great After heartbreak, when you finally have figured it out and you have attracted someone who is ready to give you all of the amazing things that you deserve and that you've been waiting for, and that you were true to yourself and walked away from someone who was not able to give you that, it feels great when
Mm.
you finally feel like, wow, it was worth the wait. And even when you are not, even if you haven't found the person yet, it still feel great because you didn't stay with someone that didn't value you or didn't honor you. You were like really your own pro self girl. You know, so it feels great when you get to that point.
Yeah.
It feels great either way.
Fantastic. Really, really fantastic. So we are excited that you were here with us. Um, if this conversation spoke to you, be sure to follow us and join the Dating Differently Facebook page. Subscribe to our YouTube page and follow both of us on our social media platforms. And join us next week as we continue giving strategies to date with clarity, move with intention, choose with confidence. And we look forward to continuing to help you love intentionally, heal
Heal completely,
and date differently.
differently. Y'all be blessed.